Happy Saturday, YouTube. I'm back with the Transformers unboxing, and this is the one that when I did my last guy, which was Beachcomber, was it? I said I had another one either close to being ordered or already on the way, and this is the next guy that has arrived. And once he arrived, I ordered my next one, so I now have another one on the way as well. So let's just get to it. Today's Transformer is the Autobot Windcharger. Windcharger was one of the original Autobots that was on the Ark that sat there for millions of years and got awoken during the volcanic eruption or whatever it was. And he was one of the smaller Autobots that was part of that micro series, along with Bumblebee, Beachcomber, Sea Spray, the kind of guys I've been doing recently. So he was a lot smaller than the other ones. His alternate mode was a Pontiac Firebird, and his proportions were really kind of distorted. Like, he had these really big fat tires and stuff. And his abilities were that he was a short burst kind of guy. He was one of the fastest Autobots, but it was only for a short amount of time, and he could kind of burn himself out really quickly. He didn't really have a blaster per se. He wasn't really one of the guys that would shoot him up sort of thing. He was more of a hand-to-hand guy, kind of like Brawn, and also had the ability to use electromagnetics to his advantage, which you'll see in this video clip that's coming up right now. Now, I had a hard time finding some good Windcharger footage because, you know, most of the characters all had maybe an episode or two throughout the series that was kind of their episode, kind of like when I did Sea Spray a couple videos ago. That video was all about him going to that aquatic world where he fell in love with the whatever she was, the alien mermaid, whatever she was. That was all about Sea Spray. So, and most Autobots had one like that, other than the main characters that were involved in almost every show, like Optimus and stuff like that. But kind of the more smaller players usually all had an episode dedicated towards them to kind of showcase their personality and whatever. Windcharger, I don't think ever did. I can't recall one. I couldn't find one when I was searching for it. So this video coming up, it doesn't give much about his character. You don't see him in his alt mode, and sorry about the graininess of the footage, and during one of the sequences there I forgot to take the mouse off the pause button, so it's sitting there. So it's early, and I'm old and tired, and this is what you get. So before I ramble on too long, let's roll the clip.
Dad, it's an SOS from Bally. Listen.
They're being attacked by gigantic robot insects.
Don't worry, Sparkplug. The Skyfire Exterminator Service is on the way.
Hey, wait for me!
Hold that door!
Aye, Sparkplug. Dad, you better radio Optimus Prime. I think we're gonna need all the help we can get.
Run! There are monsters in the fields!
Monsters? What are they talking about?
Oh! I knew we should have sprayed the crabs!
Fool! There is no spray to prevent this! Black shrapnel! Restrain yourself, Kickback! We are here to feed, not to play! Let's give our visitors a fatal welcome!
Okay, everybody out!
Charge! Fire!
Boy, talk about hot lips!
But not hot enough to singe our steel.
Yeah, those robot bedbugs aren't anything special.
We got them outgunned and outnumbered.
But not outsmarted. Try my insecta shells. They will even the odds, and my electronic clone beams will spell your doom.
look to you guys.
They're probably just optical illusions. I hope.
Fire! Fire!
Still think they're optical illusions, Brawn?
This is no illusion, Autobot. Prepare for termination. Destroy them now.
I sure hope Prime got Sparkplug's message to meet us here. Yeah, he and the other Autobots should be here by now.
Tunneling under those villages is taking longer than I figured.
You and your shortcuts.
I still think this is the best way to go. You'll see.
The cowards are hidden from us. We're not for long.
Quick, behind me.
Those spikes can't penetrate my repulsor field.
Great work, Windcharger. But we're still in trouble.
I can't fly us out of here. That wallop from Kickback shorted my transform circuits.
Well, let's look at the bright side. At least they didn't bring that sawed-off nerd Rumble along.
I don't know you, and yet I feel a kinship.
Decepticon science generated you just as it generated us.
In that case, it's my honor to ask you to help us destroy these animated scrap piles.
With pleasure. Stand back, Sideswipe. It's my turn.
I'm not really tired, but if you insist. It's Optimus and the whole bunch! Boy, are we glad to see you!
Whoa! That's no way to travel, little fella.
Yeah! Next time I'll call a cab.
Autobots, attack!
So there you at least get a sense of his personality, his voice. You saw him use his electromagnetics with that repulsor field or whatever in there. So you at least kind of get a sense of what he looked like and what he sounded like and acted like and stuff like that. And apparently him and Brawn were really good buddies. That was one of the fellow Autobots that he really got along with and did a lot of missions with. So, in which you can see Brawn was in this little sequence as well. So, let's now take a look at Windcharger's G1 toy. Again, with these microbots, you can see it's pretty simplistic. Just a couple moves and you've got him transformed. And speaking of Windcharger's G1 toy, I keep meaning to bring these out, but he's one of the ones that I do have. So here he is right here in his alt mode. You can see the big fat tires on the back. All you do is boom, fold the back. There's his legs. Pull the arms out. He's actually one of the ones that are still in really good condition. And then his head's already there, so it's like basically 4 limbs, 2 kind of moves, right? So there's Windcharger in his robot mode. And since I had him out, doesn't stand up too well, I thought I'd bring out some of the other guys I've already done. So here's Bumblebee, but this is a different version of him. It's not his Volkswagen Bug version. It's kind of more, he looks more like Cliff Jumper in kind of a more of a sports car. Now, it's not the Gold Bug version of Bumblebee, which he turns into later at the end of the series. So I'm not sure what this one was all about, but basically you just pull his legs down, flip his feet up, pull his arms out, flip his head up, and Bumblebee's done. And there's his robot mode. Another one. Nope. He's not even transformed. 1 sec. Sea Spray, one of my faves. So just a little tiny hovercraft. He's missing a prop back there. I think I still have it. I could probably glue it. But you just pull it apart. There we go. Flip his front of it. That's kind of 2 feet, but it's one piece. And then his arms just kind of, you can swing them up if you want. And then for his head, you just go beep. And there is Sea Spray. Last one. This is who I did last week, I believe. Beachcomber, his little dune buggy. This one's pretty chewed up. The tire's mangled. Stickers worn off. It's pretty beat up, but you can tell it was one of my favorites as a kid. I'm a lot more careful with my shit now. I never lost anything as a kid, but I did play with it pretty hard. So, anyways, you flip. Come on, are you supposed to? Flip his feet out. Pull his arms out a bit. Flip his head up. And there you have Beachcomber. So those are, I have a few more of these, but they're going to come with later characters I haven't done yet. So, but those are the 4 that I've already done and is doing today. As you can see, the G1 toys. So now let's see what the upgraded Windcharger looks like and get him out of this package. Here we go with the Charger of the Wind. Remove the fancy sticker or just shred it. Not a big package. I think he's probably maybe the smallest one yet. Him and Beachcomber were actually maybe on an even keel here. But you can see that this Pontiac Firebird looks a lot more realistic than his G1 kind of exaggerated version, right? Like, look at this thing. That right there is a Pontiac Firebird. Beauticious. Awesome. So there he is in all of his splendor. And what do we have in this little baggie? Oh my god. Sausage fingers. There we go. So we have an attachment, which I don't know if that's one of his electromagnetic kind of generators or whatever, but looks like that probably goes on his arm. There's a blaster. Not sure what that is. And looks like an alternate face. So those are his accessories. And in terms of the huge, comes with a character card thing. Oh god. Seriously. There we go. Character card. These ones are heavy duty, thick. And then of course, instruction booklet. So, next step is to get him transformed and see what he looks like in bot mode. So, I'm kind of pissed. Here's Windcharger. He looks fantastic. He looks awesome. His transformation sequence, I can never tell if you can tell from the time lapse, but some pretty tricky sequences. And first getting his arms out, they were tucked in there really well, and so many things were attached to things, and I didn't know, am I going to break this, whatever. So I was very careful about it and methodical, but got it. And then as I was doing the legs, getting these legs transformed, it was just like, whoa, what the hell is going on here, right? And I had my first one break, and I wasn't forcing anything. I wasn't being overly, I was being very gentle with it. I wasn't being hard on it. And just this part here, the back window is attached here, and it kind of rotates, and I was trying to turn it or whatever, and it just like popped right off. So so I'm kind of pissed about that, because these aren't cheap. They're not super expensive, but they're also not cheap, you know. So to have one kind of break that easily, I understand if I'm going crazy and forcing something, so be it. But I was being gentle and following the instructions, and it just kind of gave. So I think I should be able to glue that in there and get that solid as one piece first, and then just glue it in place, because I'm not transforming these again. Once I get them into robot mode, they stay that way because of things like this. I don't want this to happen, right? So I'm just gonna get that glued in there, then I'll get that glued in there, and then he'll be in robot mode, hopefully, and everything will hold, and it'll be all cool. So anyways, other than that, I'm completely happy with this figure. He looks really awesome, and lots of metal on him and stuff. These X Transbots, I'm really happy with them. But this one's a bit of a, you know, I was not impressed with the breakage. So hopefully the other ones I have coming don't suffer this kind of fate as well. They're more like the first two that I had. But we'll find out soon enough, I guess. So awesome, but kind of eh. So long.